James Melendez, James the Wine Guy. Stay tuned for a video review of me. So actually, it's not a video review of me. It's actually talking about introduction. I should have done this a long time ago, but as I believe, it's better late than never to do this. Got this idea because I noticed other YouTubers who were doing video reviews of themselves or giving introductions of what they are about. I call that the brand introduction. And ultimately, ultimately I'm doing that because I want people who arrive at my channel to have some idea by looking at that video to know what my perspectives are and what my brand proposition is. So it's really a one-on-one perspective of me. Now, I'm all things about wine and beverage arts orientation. I think it's really great. We live in the best of wine times. We live in the best of beverage art times. And that's the finest coffees, beers, spirits, teas, and many others are being created at this moment. I'm excited about that. I want to demystify wine in particular because about 90% of my videos are about wine. I do reserve to do other videos at a 10% ratio or so. I don't know if that's always going to be that number, but it's probably going to be that number because that's my brand name, James the Wine Guy. But ultimately, it's to demystify and empower you to enjoy wine without question, worry, or concern. So many people still judge wine. Maybe it's coming to your in-laws' house or a friend's house and being worried about what you're bringing. I really want to demystify. I also want to think that it's not to really demystify wine so much that it becomes so sanitary and uninteresting. I think it's really more important to get down to that because I think you'll get to that level of mystifying wine in terms of what you find fascinating or wonderful or magical about wine. Now, it's really important to distinguish wines between each other. Now, hence I've developed my rating system. Other wine writers and reviewers have done the same. Now, I have a 10-point system which easily translates to a 100-point scale. So I'll often say a wine is, say, a 9.0 out of my 10.0 scale, or you can think of that as 90 points out of 100 points. Now, I do that on purpose, and I believe ultimately my wine rating review system is actually much more stringent, much more logarithmic than other reviewers such as Parker and other wine portals online. And I think it's really important to distinguish that. Now, for example, I've only awarded one 9.8 or 98 wine ever. I've never awarded a 9.7 whatsoever, and I only have 2 wines at a 9.6. So you can guess that the logarithm is really bonafide and for approximately 4,000 wines that I've reviewed, hovering between 9.0 and 9.1. And so I think it's really a disciplined way of viewing that, and I try to give that back. I also believe, really importantly, in terms of the wine producer. There are many of them out there, but it's also to give a clear understanding that I want to be fair. I also know that people are behind this. Actually, the grapes don't pick themselves and vinify themselves and put itself in a bottle. It has to be done. And people do that, and people own this, and they're living through this. So I just want to balance at that. I don't want to really be so overly harsh and unfair, and I think that's what it's all about, is building your brand and being careful on how you do that. And I reviewed wines from all around the world, so that's another proposition I believe in, which is, I know some specialists only review wines, say, from Bordeaux or Burgundy or the Rhone Valley or California, or even Northern California, for example. And it would betray my intellect to not review wines from around the world, right? We live in a rich world where the best wines, best quality, best artistry is being produced today. So on my video channel here on YouTube, for example, I reviewed wines from Greece, Spain, Republic of Macedonia, Uruguay, Kingdom of Jordan, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Morocco, South Africa, Lebanon, Austria, Moldova, Romania, Croatia, Canada, New Mexico, Michigan, Virginia, Washington, Oregon, and so forth. And that is a true world view of things. It's really to take that to the next level and hopefully give that and impart that to you. I love your participation. I want you to comment when you want to, and also give a like, and please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that very much. I ultimately am all about wine, and also talk about maybe other subject matters related to wine. So I offer that, and I invite you to follow me, and I invite you to stay tuned. And here we go. Thank you so much for watching, and salut.